All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Limitless Leadership Podcast. Hey, we got a great guest for you today. I'm joined by my host, I don't even call him my co-host. He's just another host. Along with me, it's my main man. You guys know him, Brett Beitler. And we got a great guest with us today. He is a leader in so many areas of not only his own life, but just other people that he gets to serve and pour into. Our guest today is our friend, Oscar Acosta. Oscar, how you doing, man?
My man.
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, guys.
Well, thank you for being here. Oscar, if you would, share with our audience who you are, what you do, and how you do it.
Sure.
Promotive is a recruiting partner built specifically for the automotive aftermarket, giving shops a smarter and more reliable way to hire technicians. Their team brings decades of industry experience together with real recruiting expertise, so they not only understand the work, you can trust that they understand your shop. Promotive handles every part of the hiring process. They source talent proactively, screen candidates thoroughly, and guide them through a structured, high-touch experience. Shops only meet candidates who are qualified, aligned, and ready to move. Shops partner with Promotive because they communicate clearly, they move quickly, and take ownership of the hiring process. They don't just forward resumes, they act like a true recruiting arm for your business. To learn more or start a search, visit gopromotive.com. Book a call, submit an opening, and see how Promotive helps shops hire better. This episode is brought to you by Limitless Leadership, because great teams don't happen by accident, they're led on purpose. If you're tired of wearing all the hats, putting out fires, and wondering why your team won't step up, Limitless Leadership is for you. They help leaders transition from player to coach, who develop people and multiply impact through in-person or online leadership training like the Limitless Leadership Blueprint or their Roots to Results coaching method. Their services are designed to help you tap into unrecognized potential to achieve limitless results and help you create safety and trust in order to provide clarity and direction. So if you're ready to stop managing chaos and start leading with purpose, head to limitlessleadership.co to book a complimentary discovery call today.
So I am a business leader. I head a group of companies that include trampoline parks, car washes, restaurants, and we did daycare franchises in the past, all franchised businesses. We went up to 350 employees approximately at our peak. And yeah, that's what I do.
So I think you're being modest.
Yeah.
I think you're being
slightly.
humble.
Yeah.
So you guys knew each other. I met Oscar through Brett.
Yep.
You guys first met through the Kids Are Kids franchise. 350 team members at its peak.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to ask questions about what it's like to lead that many people across multiple industries and businesses.
States.
But estates. But before we do, so Brett, you go ahead and take the mic and just share, because Oscar's being humble right now.
Yeah, he is.
So
man.
go
Come
and give
on,
the man
dude.
some praise here.
Look, Oscar's one of my mentors. Okay, one of my closest friends. Man of faith. A journey that is worth telling, which you're going to get a chance to tell, coming from Venezuela, going back to Venezuela, coming back to America, and legit like bootstrapping several sets of industries you have no experience in, and I would say with confidence becoming one of the top franchisees instead of every one of those organizations. I know you won't say that. I'm going to say it because you actually have won awards in those lanes before. I watched it. You walk across the stage, be Urban Air, multi-unit franchisee owner of the year. Like you and Federico have built something so special, bud. And I'm just honored to constantly learn from you, do life with you. I just can't say enough about how great of a man and leader you have been to me, my family, and all of our companies, man. We're blessed to know you.
Well, thank you so much, Brett.
There we go.
And you know the feeling's mutual, man. I admire you so much. Thank you.
Well, Oscar, let's do this because, while you are certainly a business leader and a successful business leader at that, it didn't happen overnight.
Sure.
And, our friend, John Maxwell, I say that because he always says, hey, your friend, John Maxwell.
That's right.
But our friend, John Maxwell, he says, look, he jokingly says it took him 40 years to become an overnight success. Anyone who is incredibly successful is not in most cases, not an overnight success. It took years of hard work, determination, grit, resilience. You have a tremendous work ethic, and I'm still getting to know you, but I would love for I would love to personally learn more about you on this episode, but share with the audience what your journey actually looked like from way back when, moving back to Venezuela and then back to the States, and what all that looked like.
Sure. It's been a ride. So I was born in Venezuela and came to the U.S. when I was a small child and did my elementary school years here. And then we went back, right? So did all my high school, middle school, high school, went to university there. Eventually, I became an architect. And I had a great career over there, built my own business, had my own office. And until things became a little bit difficult, let's say over there, there were some challenges. And I think God showed us that it was time to do something new. He put someone in my path, which was an uncle of mine, that was running one business, a Kids Are Kids daycare, a franchise daycare. And he gave me the opportunity to say, hey, would you like to come and manage this business for me? It was not an easy decision. Like what do I know about daycares? Like I'm an architect. I do construction and things like that, inspections and appraisals, and that was my world. But God showed me that, that's what I want for you and for your life. So we made the journey, my wife and I, and my oldest daughter. She was a toddler, and we came back to the U.S. and that was in 2010. So I got thrown into this new business that I knew nothing about. And there were definitely some challenges that I saw from day one. And I just used everything I had in me, my business experience, my education, just to open my eyes and observe. I thought that's the key. First, just open your eyes and observe, take it all in. And from there, I was able to really work hard, create a plan, right? And the first year we were able to raise sales 50%, right?
Wow,
which is
that's strong.
Is good. Like it's strong, right? Strong first year. And we started having success with it, right? And that allowed my family member, the owner of the business, which I'll always be very grateful to them, to him, my aunt and uncle, that allowed them to open up other businesses and gave them the vision to, hey, why don't we go and buy some pizzerias, right?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
And so they did that, and eventually we came to a point where they said, hey, we see how you're operating. We appreciate your value to the organization. We want you to head this organization. And slowly we continued to grow. Then we went to car washes and expanded that portfolio. Then we went to urban air adventure parks and expanded that portfolio. And it's been an amazing ride. So it was little by little just using the experience of the previous company and growing it into something newer, bigger, and that's where we are today.
How many years did you do childcare? I can't remember how long. 2010
about
to...
10 to about 11 years.
Growth is a lot easier when you're not trying to figure it out alone. Tectonic 2026, presented by TechMetric, is built for shop owners and their teams who want to lead better, coach better, and build a shop that runs strong without burning everyone out. You get a peek into real-world leadership and operations from shops that are actually doing it, with role-based sessions for owners, advisors, and techs, so your whole team can level up together. Tectonic is happening April 9th through the 11th in Houston, Texas. Tickets are on sale now, and Limitless Leadership podcast listeners can get $500 off standard pricing with code LIMITLESS500. Go to techmetric.com/tectonic. That's TEKTONIC, or use the link in the show notes. If you own an auto repair shop and you're doing decent revenue, but the profit, organization, or peace of mind just isn't there, this message is for you. Integrity First Car Pros was built by shop owners who were tired of doing everything right and still feeling buried. No private equity, no big box ownership. Instead, they compete by leveraging technology, automation, and disciplined systems that actually work in the real world. What started as one shop in Dallas is now up to 14 thriving locations spanning to Houston, all competing head-to-head with national chains by working smarter, not harder. Cleaner operations, better margins, less chaos, Integrity First gives shop owners proven systems, automated workflows, negotiated vendor power, and hands-on franchise support so the juice is actually worth the squeeze. If you know your shop should be more profitable, more organized, and less stressful, and you're ready to stop figuring it out alone, visit integrityoneFranchise.com and complete their franchise fit questionnaire. It's a quick way for them to learn more about you, your goals, and your vision, and see if Integrity First Car Pros is the right next big move for you. And don't take their word for it. Google Integrity First Car Pros to see for yourself.
11
Okay.
years.
And one of our childcare locations, so everybody knows, listening today, we were neighbors, about 10 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
And I'm so blessed that just God put us in the same room at the time he did in our early days, where I was sitting there going, I can barely spell childcare. I don't know state licensing. I don't come from this background similar to you. And that turns into something I want to make a statement over. I think that one of the things that has made you successful over the years, Oscar, is a couple of things. You are a lifelong learner, like you're obsessed with it, and I love that about you. And then secondly, you constantly ask the question, but why? Like, why is it this way? How come it always has been this way? And coming from a place, and this is what's made us really great students of the game too. I didn't come from any background we've had success in. I do not have an adventure park background. You didn't either. I do not have food and beverage background up to the level I needed to know to run the urban air parks. Don't have swim school background. Don't have educational background. Could keep going. People who come from outside of industries, when they're lifelong learners, they don't have quit in them.
Yeah.
Like you. And then third, ask the question all the time, but why? So that we can learn and understand and create a bigger picture out of it with the non-quit and the longevity over time. Eventually you're going to be successful, right? And that's what's allowed you guys to build a little mini empire. And, speaking of mini empire, I would venture to say, Oscar, you guys probably serve over 40,000 customers a month in your companies. Right?
Yeah,
That's fair to say.
It's fair to say. And one thing that I would add to what you're saying is that it's the principles of leadership apply across industries.
No doubt.
Apply to everything that you do. So once you grasp that and see the importance of it, of leadership and how you build your team, I think that's also key.
I love that you're sharing that, Oscar. I think this is also why Brett and I really emphasize the importance of hiring principles before skill set. You hire values before skill set. Ultimately, skill set can be taught. Content can be taught. You mentioned that when you first entered into the Kids Are Kids franchise, for example, you were in full-on observation mode. You were there to learn. You were there to understand. You were seeking first to understand, then to be understood. So once you find the right team member to put them on the bus, like you're hiring someone who has values that align with the culture that you have created and cultivated, the skill set, the talent, the types of roles that they're going to have within your organization, all of that can be learned, but the values is what is going to trump the skill set any day of the week. That's why Brett and I say hire your CIA team members, people who are coachable, intelligent, and who have the right an attitude, the right attitude. And intelligent doesn't necessarily mean book smart. It means emotional intelligence. And you mentioned coachability, or you referenced coachability, Brett, when you're talking about being a lifelong learner. You and I always talk about thinking like a rookie. As we grow and scale our own business, we're always going to be committed to thinking like a rookie. We're never going to quote unquote make it. So this concept of
Amen.
Fake it till you make it. Like if you're going to say anything like that, I'll say face it till you make it. But the reality is, we're never going to make it. We're never going to make it because we're committed to being lifelong learners. We're going to think like a rookie. We know that we have a long way to go and a long way to grow. You talked about, Oscar, the importance of principles and how once you develop these leadership principles, it can be applied anywhere. Of course, this is a leadership podcast, so I'll ask you, what does leadership mean to you? How would you answer that question?
Absolutely. So for me, it's two things. It's to inspire and to build trust. So if you're able to get your team to believe in your vision, inspire them to do it, and to know that you have their back through that process, the sky's the limit. So
Go ahead, Brett. Go ahead. I know you're thinking what I'm thinking.
I have seen this man in action doing what he just said dozens of times in person, in moments that have helped us out of a ring of fire I didn't think we were going to walk out of. And you gave us the light because of your heart, because of inspiration, because you were in it for all the right reasons, meaning trying to build people and impact leaders, right? And I may have said that just backwards, but you know what I mean?
It still applies.
It still applies, right? But, Oscar, like, there's not that many people in this world that do exactly what they say they're going to do and live their values every single day like you. And I'm just honored to sit next to you today and always, because you live that every day. I know you didn't come to this country from Venezuela under the best circumstances, but you have made some really incredible life moves because of those not so ideal circumstances that launched you into change is happening now for me and my family. That's what God did for y'all. He gave you an open door and a platform to say, now's the time, go. And ever since you've been here, man, like, you have literally done what so many have done when they've left bad situations to make a better future. Every day for you and your family has been better, even if you still encounter and challenges along the way, man. I'm just impressed to see that what you just said in the response to what does leadership look like to you, it looks like that because that's who you are and that's how you live, man. So.
Oscar, I'll say this too. I want to commend you for something that a lot of us might not recognize, or maybe we're just going to glaze over this concept of inspiration. You talked about, to you, leadership means to inspire and to build trust. And as coaches, we can motivate. Like, motivation is externally driven, but inspiration is internal. It's internally driven. It is intrinsic. It's something that you are pulling out of somebody. And, thankfully, I believe that Brett and I do a fair job of motivating and inspiring, but it's easier said than done. You talked about how when you can get people to believe in the vision, hey, that's great. I'm going to ask you, how do you do that? What steps do you take to get your team members to believe in the vision that you're attempting to cast?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's one of the hardest things that we do. But I think you have to be, first of all, you have to be honest. You have to be transparent. People have to see exactly where you're coming from. That your only motivation is for your success, their success, and to benefit the community that you're in. I think number one. And second of all is demonstrate it. Understand that as a leader, you have to earn that position. You have to earn the trust. And when you tell someone, hey, if we do this, we're going to get this outcome, stay with them throughout the process. Don't just give them a goal and stand back. Stand with them every step of the way. And eventually when they see, what Oscar said, that was going to happen, that's what happened, right? Then that's how they feel the trust. And that's why it's tied to adopt that vision.
You're practicing servant leadership too, Oscar. You're saying that right now, but that's what you practice every day, right? Like, you are in your businesses alongside your team as you're working to inspire, as you're working to coach, train, and uplift. And then you're saying, let's go walk into this situation together. Yeah. I'm going to live it with you so that you continuously re-inspire and reinstill a level of trust that makes them go, and I love being led by this guy, because not only is he the real deal, but man, he shows up and he works in the trenches with us.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're locking arms, walking alongside your team. That's powerful. That is powerful.
There's something that I always remember when we built our car washes, which we built several of them from the ground up, right? Bought the land and built it. And, the worst part about a car wash is cleaning the water reclaim system pit. So when you drive your car through the tunnel, that water that accumulates at the bottom after a couple of days, that's horrible, right? Yeah. So I made a point of, like, I'm going to go down there myself.
Love it.
I'm not going to ask anyone to do that before I've done it myself.
That's amazing.
And that, I think, applies to a lot of situations, right? If you're in a customer service industry, like the trampoline parks, if there's a difficult customer and you're training a manager, you have a new manager, are you going to go and face that situation head on and have them behind you and see that you're willing, how you're going to address that situation and not put them as a shield in front of you, right? So if they know that you're willing to take the punches, right, I think that's huge in building trust.
That's strong. Yeah, I like what you just shared about how we, probably a lot of us unintentionally use, I mean, I hate to say it, but we use our team members as a shield. I mean, it's like, I'm going to hide behind this responsibility by using a team member as a shield, and I'm going to just tell them what I think they need to go do, but I'm not going to lead from the front. I'm not going to lead from the trenches like you just referenced, Brett. I think that's powerful that you're able to lead in the trenches. So, man, again, kudos to you for that. I think that's incredible leadership there, Oscar.
Question number 2.
Go for it.
Thank you.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
You got me a little bit emotional here, but
Okay.
My mentor was my grandfather, and he said, everything that you do it as if you're doing it for God. So if that's the standard, right? If everything that I'm going to do, it's like I'm doing it for God, I mean, there's no higher standard. So if you have that in mind, like, how can you not be motivated?
Did he say that to you in Spanish?
He did.
Can you say it?
Si todo lo que hagas, hazlo como para el Señor.
I love it.
Yeah. So
honor your grandfather, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, especially in the automotive repair industry, there's a lot of opportunities that we have to talk about what it looks like to provide a standard setting level of service. And even for technicians, for mechanical specialists who are servicing vehicles, they're working on vehicles. I've often heard people say, you know, treat this like it's your grandmother's vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I mean, going a step further, like really raising the bar, treat this like this is God. Like this is like everything that we are given is from God.
Yeah.
How are we being good stewards of the gifts, the talents, the skill sets, the values that he has bestowed upon us to serve people, to love people, to take care of people through the vessel of automotive repair, through the vessel of washing cars, through the vessel of trampoline park, through daycares.
Yes.
Right? Childcare centers. It's pretty incredible. Like your perspective really changes when you think about everything you do, you're doing it for God. That is powerful. That's really powerful.
I want to expand on that. This is a little from excerpt from church this past weekend, Sean.
Yep.
And the guy brought fire this weekend. We got a chance to see that, come almost front row seats. But he said it just like this, and I may have butchered it, but from what I remember was, if you're doing everything for God, are you going to be able to be at Judgment Day and have him look you in the face and say, well done, good and faithful servant? And secondly, with confidence, if he asks you this question, did you go find my lost children? Remember how he said that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you go find my lost children along the way? In order to be able to answer the question, was I acting in the well done, good and faithful servant mindset, and also, like your grandfather said, you know, doing it for God? Man, we're called to marketplace ministry. We're called to leadership. We're called to be able to impact people and build leaders. And that's what you do every day. And, you know, if you constantly keep that humble, I'm hungry, lifelong learners mentality for the rest of your life, and you do it with the remembrance of your grandfather, saying it just like the way you said it in both English and Spanish, at a level that makes you really, really happy, even if it's a little emotional.
Yeah.
Oscar, you're always going to win. Like you will, right? You're doing it for the right reasons.
Brett, you and I often say that the way we do anything is the way we do everything.
Yeah.
And I'll say that again. The way we do anything is the way that we do everything. That means we're going to be doing everything to the best of our abilities. We're going to give ourselves bandwidth, the margin, the leverage, the leeway to give our best, because people that we are serving, leading, impacting, they deserve our best. So how are we showing up? How are we showing out? How are we leveling up spiritually, physically, emotionally, academically, financially? How are we sharpening our axe? So going back to the way we do anything is the way we do everything. And for everything that you do it for God. Man, my hope is that the listening audience, as a reminder, you can watch this episode. This is actually happening live at my house. So all three of us are here doing this episode live in person. But you can watch this episode on YouTube at The Bearded Leader. But my hope is that you're walking away from this episode with motivation and, as you shared, Oscar, inspiration on how to truly dig deep and do your best. Do it as if you're doing it for God. Look, I'm a classic oversharer, folks. I get real happy. I get real optimistic, and I just start just word vomiting. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just give a teaser.
Yeah.
If you like what you hear from Oscar, if you like this episode, if you love this episode, Limitless Leadership is not done bringing on incredible people. And I'm just going to throw it out here. I'm going to make it public right now.
Bold statement, Cotton.
We're in the early stages of bringing my main man, Oscar Acosta, on board the Limitless Leadership team. And so we're talking about leadership coaching, business coaching. We're talking about developing SOPs, really becoming more efficient through processes, through systems, because Oscar he's a guru. He is an expert on systems and processes. This man is a former architect. You can call him a business architect, a business coach, business architect. They kind of go hand in hand when you develop systems and processes like Oscar Acosta does. So I overshare, but I'm pumped. I'm excited.
I'm super excited. So thankful. I mean, it's a complete honor, Josh. I mean, I've known you not for a long time, but what I've seen from you so far, I'm so inspired by you, but by what you've built in just a short amount of time, the way you are truly called to impact business leaders around the country, and I think it's going to be around the world.
Yeah, man.
So I completely. That's why I'm so thankful to be on board with you and Brett. I mean, Brett has said so many maybe undeserved kind things about me, but you know,
you deserve it, Brett. What you talking about?
I really admire you, Brett. I mean, he's such an honest, hardworking, capable human being. Like I don't know anyone like Brett that can compete in those areas.
Yeah,
just someone with a good heart. And if you combine that by having a killer business mindset, and killer in the good sense, right? In the sense of slaying it, right? Getting it done.
He does.
Yeah.
You know,
Thanks, man.
He's amazing. So I think you guys are a dream team, and I'm happy to join you guys.
You know what's awesome is we were having this conversation. We're having a conversation prior to going live on the recording, and Oscar was. I mean, you know, both of you guys were singing each other's praises, and Oscar was saying all these great things about Brett, and I'm like, that's who Brett's been for me too. Like everything you're saying, I'm like, yeah, like that is who he is. I mean, when I talk about, man, just what a blessing it is to be around folks like both of you, and to grow and scale this company, to do big, incredible, hairy, audacious things. You know, it's just.
When he says hairy, he means his beard.
Hairy, fuzzy, follically benefited. Yeah.
Also Oscar.
But man, I mean, I'm just, I'm really excited. And even like halfway through the episode, I'm like, should I even say, cause like, we're still talking about this. Should I even just say it? I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm going to say it. So I'm claiming it. I'm manifesting it. Oscar Acosta joining the team, and we'll make it publicly official probably before this goes live, or officially public rather. I guess either one works. But hey, great episode. This obviously will not be your last time on the show.
No doubt.
Oscar, thanks for being here, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for being here again. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Limitless Leadership Podcast. Hey, don't forget to smile today. Tell your loved ones how much they mean to you. I'm Josh Parnell, and this is
Brett Beitler.
Signing off saying keep leading well.